Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Deepak Rattan. I'm having almost 10 plus years of experience in training and development. And see, I deal with native app development and cross-platform app development. I will cover this concept later. Means what does it mean? Like native Android app development and cross-platform app development. So at the moment, you just have to understand we are going to cover today native app development using core Java, right? So this is my channel named Coders Pathshala. I have created some videos on core Java first, and in future I will deal with Android concepts and Flutter also. So you guys can subscribe my channel for the knowledge on core Java, Android app development, etc. Right, these are my pages. Okay, so let us start with that topic. Like what is Android basically? So I think you guys are aware of the thing that we are having a number of operating system, means number of mobile operating systems, like Android operating system is there, iOS is there, Windows operating system is there, as far as mobile phones are concerned. And we better know that in India, approximately 80 to 85% of people are using Android phones. So Android phone means a phone that is having Android operating system, right? So if you are not catching my point, let us take an example. Suppose you purchase a new laptop. So that laptop will be functional only when you are going to install Window on it. Then only you can install other software. Like if you want to practice Java, then you're supposed to install JDK, then the associated IDE like Eclipse, NetBeans, etc. Right. In the same way, your phone, mobile phone, is of no use if it is not containing any operating system. So this is what we have to understand, that Android is nothing but an operating system. Like we do have Window in your laptop. So Android is a software package and Linux based operating system for mobile devices such as tablet computers and smartphones. And it is developed by Google. Google owns the Android operating system. Now, our domain or our topic is to develop applications that run on Android platform, means that run on Android operating system. So to develop Android applications, primarily we use Java as well as Kotlin. Although Kotlin is the official language for Android app development nowadays, but still we are having some applications, or old applications are still being developed using core Java, right? So at the moment you should have the knowledge that what is Android. Android is a mobile operating system, and we are going to develop Android applications using core Java and Kotlin. Now, core building blocks means what are the building blocks we require while developing Android applications. So basically, an Android component is simply a piece of code that has a well-defined life cycle. There are four core components of Android applications: activity, broadcast receiver, content provider, and service. Okay, so this diagram, so this is again a symbol for your Android app. So it is telling you that an Android application is composed of, see, activity, broadcast receiver, content provider, and service. Additionally, we are having the concept of intent. I will discuss in detail these things later. Uh, can any of the student tell me whether you are getting my point or not? CR of the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let me revise again what we have discussed till now. Means we, our session is dedicated for Android application development. So before discussing Android application development, I have introduced you to the Android operating system. So Android operating system is mandatory to be there inside your mobile phone. Then only you can install any application on it. And that application is being developed using core Java and Kotlin. And as you guys are new to the world of development, you are just in your graduation classes like BCA you are doing. So I will cover my topic for today using core Java. Okay, so let us start with our first core component, that is activity. Now, what is activity? Like you are having any mobile phone and you open any mobile application, whatever screen you are viewing on your mobile phone, that is an activity. Activity is the technical name of your screen. So it says that activity is the single screen in Android. It is like window or frame of Java. If you guys are having the knowledge of Java, so there is concept of window or frame for the UI. So it is like that only. And with the help of activity, you can place all your UI components or widgets in a single screen. Okay, let us view this particular diagram. So you can see here, see, this is the first activity having one button, click me. So one activity having only one button. Now the button name is click me. On clicking this button, we are moving to second activity, means second screen. So it is just showing you this is the second activity. So let us try to understand again what an activity is. Whatever screen you are viewing on your mobile application, that is known as an activity, right? Okay, so before moving to other components, let me give you some practical exposure. So by practical exposure, I mean because we are having the knowledge of activity at the moment. So let us try to create an activity in Android, right? So the tool we have to use for Android app development, we have to understand. So what you need to do, I'm moving to the browser. Okay, so what we need to do is firstly, some software should be installed on your machine before doing the Android app development. First one is Java, means JDK. I think you guys are aware of the JDK. Simply, you have to download any JDK like JDK 1.7, 1.8 and configure on your machine. This is point one, installation and configuring the JDK. I'm moving to the second step, that is downloading Android Studio. Just right here, Android Studio. The first link will be here, like download Android Studio, install Android Studio, like this. Just click on it. Okay, so you can find a button here that is giving you the idea that you have to download the Android Studio. So download Android Studio. As I'm using Mac here, so it is giving me option for Mac. If you will use Window, it will give you the option for Window, because it is platform specific. Means Android Studio setup or Android Studio software will be different for Mac, Windows, and Linux. So you don't need to bother about this thing. What you need to do, what you need to do is you just need to search in Google Android Studio download, and it will redirect to this page, and you just click on this particular download Android Studio button. As it is very heavy, you can see here the size is 935 megabyte. So I have already downloaded and installed on machine. Let me tell you that how to use it. So this is the icon. I think the icon is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm clicking on this icon like this. I have already worked on a number of projects, so it is giving me this UI. And for the first time, you can see a different UI. So let me start with it first. Firstly, what we have to do is I am going to create a new project. This is the option, create new project. So let me click on it, new project. This is empty activity. So many options are there, means some templates are there, basic activity, bottom navigation activity. But as a beginner, what you have to do is you have to use the empty activity. Then next, see, this is the name of your application. So suppose the name of my application is my first app, right? And this is the package name. Package name is very important when you are going to create a new project for the Android application, because using package name, your application will be identified on the Play Store, right? What is Play Store? Play Store is a place where you can find a number of mobile applications, or we can say a number of Android applications. So this is meaningful for the Play Store, right? So maximum time the name will be like, com dot company name dot your application name, right? So as of now you can use like this, com dot android dot my first app. So the firstly you have to specify the name of your application. You can specify any name. Suppose a carpool app is there, right? My carpool app, chat app, right? A number of different types of applications are there, so you can specify the name of your application as per your own convenience. So I'm writing here my first app, second package name. Hope you are getting the idea of package name. Package name is meaningful for the Play Store. I repeat again, this package name is really very important, because using this package name your application will be recognized on the Play Store, right? Then save location. Okay, so for save location, what we need to do is firstly, uh, save location. Let me change the save location. See, I'm using Mac here, so my interface is like this. If you're using Windows, what you need to do is, in Windows you are having C drive, D drive, E drive, etc. So in C drive we are having Windows installation files, so we are not using that drive for our practicing. So what you need to do is, on D drive or E drive, you will create a new folder named like my programming practice or my Android practice, right? So I'm creating here like I'm creating a new folder, and as your students of GMIT, I'm creating GMIT. You can specify any name here, like my Android practice, my application, like my Android projects, and whatever name you're comfortable, you can specify that name. I'm using here the name of the folder is JMIT. Okay, so the folder is being created. Inside this folder I am creating my project. So basically what we are going to do here is, suppose you're fond of movies. So what you do is, in D drive, suppose in D drive you're having a folder named movies, and all your movies are going to be stored inside that folder, right? In the same way, I have created a folder named GMIT. Now all my Android applications file will be stored inside this folder. So in future you can easily view the code inside GMIT folder. Okay, so you can find here the complete path slash, just specify the name of your application and paste. I guess this is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the name of your application. This is the package name. It is meaningful for the Play Store, and this is the location where you are going to store your first Android application code. And the name of your application is my first app. Now, the language I'm going to use here is Java. Although we are having two options, Java and Kotlin we can use, but as a fresher, I'm training you for Java only. Okay, so I'm using Java here. Now, this is what we have to understand, the concept of minimum SDK. Whenever you are creating an Android application, you just have to configure or figure it out that your application should support maximum available devices on the Play Store. What does it mean? We have to understand it. By default, it is considering API 19, Android 4.4 KitKat. Now, what does it mean? See, you can see here. See, these are the version of your Android operating system. Like Jelly Bean, again, the name of your Android operating system. KitKat, name of your Android operating system. Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat, 𝗬𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗏, right? R is the latest one, so Android 11.0. So what does it mean? Suppose, let me explain it in detail. See, Jelly Bean 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. This is the name of your Android operating system. Now this is something like inside a class there are three students named Jellybean, Jellybean, Jellybean. Now, how your teacher is going to recognize the student using the roll number? So you can consider that API is the unique number assigned to an operating system, like the roll number. Roll number is unique to every student inside a class. So API is 16. It is for again Jellybean, but version 4.1. Again Jellybean, Android 4.2, API 17. So API level is unique for Android operating system, although name can be same, like the name of a student inside a class can be same, but the roll number will be unique. So for uniqueness, we are dealing with the API level. Okay. Now it is telling me that your app will run on approximately 98.1% of devices. We just have to understand this. It is telling me if you are setting the minimum as SDK as API 90 Android 4.4 KitKat, so it will support 98.1% of devices. That is really a very good number. Okay, let me change it. Suppose I'm not using it, I'm using it to API 26 like Oreo. It's okay, but it says 60.8%, means almost 40% devices are not going to support your application because we have set the minimum SDK. Minimum SDK means lower bound, means like, let me tell you another thing. Suppose 10.0, you can see here, means it says that only 8.2% of the available devices in the market are having this Android 10.0 operating system, right? So we will never do like this. We want our application to be launched on maximum available devices. From minimum to maximum we have to understand. So this is the minimum SDK, means the lower device. Lower device means the smallest level of operating system is being used here. So let me again use it to 18. 98.4% of devices. Okay, any of the student can confirm please whether you are getting this or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I move further or should I revise this again?
No, sir, you can move further.
Okay, okay, thank you. So let me revise again. This is the name of your application, this is the package name, and this is the location where you are going to store your application, and the language we have used here Java, and this is the minimum SDK. So click on finish. See, IDE is having its own importance whenever we are going to develop any software, any application. So IDE is having its own importance. What does it mean, IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Now, Integrated Development Environment. Just try to understand if any of you have already done with core Java. So you know that earlier in colleges, the practice will be like you're having a notepad, you're writing your code in the notepad, then on the DOS command prompt, you are compiling and executing your code. So means these are two different places. One where you're writing the code, and two or second where you are actually compiling and executing your code. So IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. The name integrated means everything you are finding on the same place. Means you can write the code here, you can compile the code here, you can execute the code here. This is what you can do here. So it is taking some time. Okay, it is taking some time. Any of the student can ask me any question in the meantime. No query? CR?
No, sir.
Okay. Actually, the thing is, whenever you are dealing with this Android Studio, it takes some time. You can see here, two processes running. We have to wait for some time. This is the progress bar. Okay, now we are ready to work on it now. So let us try to understand the behavior of this IDE, that is Android Studio. So I will move to this code part later. Firstly, we have to understand the kind of setup we have to do when we have already installed Android Studio. I have already told you that first thing that should be installed on your machine before doing the development is the JDK, that is Java Development Kit. You can very easily download the JDK and install on your machine. The second thing is downloading and installing Android Studio. We have installed, but again we have to do some sort of configurations. Like, see this symbol you're getting here. This is AVD Manager, and near to AVD Manager, this symbol is giving you SDK Manager. This is really very important. So let me click on it, SDK Manager. So you can find here. What does it mean? Means you are having software for different platforms. As I have installed for 4.4 KitKat and 10.0, 11.0, right? And again, you can see the API level here. So any two or three platform you can download. How to download? Suppose I'm checking this, and this is the download button. If you click on it, then downloading will be started. So this is how we can download a particular uh, Android operating system version for your development, right? So I repeat again, how we can move towards this. This is the SDK manager. First of all, you have to download the SDK required for your development. So click on it. Those who are checked are already being downloaded and installed on my machine. So Android 11.0, Android 10.0, and Android 4.4. You can also do the same. Only two or three platforms you can download for your development, right? And SDK tools. So you can download all the SDK tools here. Again, although I have not downloaded, but as a beginner, I will recommend you to download whatever is visible on the screen. You have to download each and every platform. So these two things we have to download. Then your system is ready for Android app development. Okay. Any query?
No, sir.
Okay. Great. Okay. So this is the screen. This is the place where you are actually going to write your code, your screen, whatever. What kind of screen you have to develop. This is the code you have to do. So before writing the code, let us do one thing. Means we have to check whether your code is working fine or not. So you have to download the AVD, that is called Android Virtual Device. Means suppose you have to test your code. So there are two options. One option is like um, you can use the physical device like your Android phone, and second option is virtual device. So this Android Studio is giving you an option to download and install Android virtual device. So let me click on it. Okay, as I have already created virtual device, if I click on this, launch this AVD, if I click on it, see, this is the mobile phone. This is just like the physical device, and you can test your application here. Getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the query will be like that: how to create the virtual device. So again, let me do one thing. So this is the AVD manager. Click on it. Like create virtual device. If I'm very fast, so let me do it again. You're finding this option, create virtual device. Click on it. Then any option you can choose here, like Pixel 2 is here. You can find the type of your device a number of devices like 𝗕𝗏𝗃 devices there, Nexus 4 is there, Nexus 5 is there. This is the mobile phone actually you are choosing. Okay, so Pixel 2. And next, okay, API level. Suppose I'm using 28. Okay, it will work for me. This is the operating system. Means firstly you have selected the device, then you are installing the operating system, right? And then click on next. You can change the name or you can use it as it is, and then finish. So this is how. So I'm not going to start it because I have already done with the previous one. This is how we are creating the virtual device, and when you have to launch it, you just click on this play button, right? So I think all of you are aware of the thing that how to create the Android virtual device. So this is the mobile phone with me. So here I can install my Android application. Okay, so let us try to understand the project structure now. Before writing any code, you just have to understand the way your IDE is working, right? So see, firstly you have to use this drop down and move it to Android option. Okay, then inside this app folder, you are having three different folders like manifest is there, Java is there, res is there. So let us try to understand these folders one by one. Manifest. Manifest file is very important. This is XML file. Let me open it. Actually, you don't need to bother that how this code is being written. Okay, just try to understand what is the purpose of this particular file, right? So this is the manifest file where actually you are specifying the Android application component. So I have started with the PPT. Inside the PPT, see, we have covered with the activity. So activity is, this is one of the component, right? So again, moving to the code, so you can see here we are having this activity tag here. This is the highlighted area. See, this is the activity tab. So this is application tag. Application tag. Inside the application tag, we are having the, this is the launcher icon. The label of your application means whatever name will be visible to the user when the application is being installed. And this is round icon, right? Theme is here. We are using different types of themes are there. You can use any theme, and at the moment you can use the default theme here. Now this is the activity tag. Inside, as of now we are having only one activity, so it is giving me the option like activity is main activity. Now this is intent filter. We are specifying action as action name main and category name launcher. So what does it mean? Means this is the activity that will be launched first. Any activity that will be launched first in your Android application, because in an Android application you can have more than one activities, more than one screens will be there, and only one screen will be there that will be launched first. So this is the screen, this is the activity, main activity will be launched first. Okay, now in inside this intent filter tags, we are specifying action as main and category as launcher. This is mandatory to be specified with the activity which we want to be launched firstly in our Android application, right? Any problem here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Okay, okay, great. So just try to understand. As we will proceed, towards different things of app development, gradually you will come to know how, what is the significance of these things. I'm giving you some sort of practical exposure. I'm writing the code in front of you, so you will be able to understand the way we are developing the Android applications, right? So as you guys are a beginner, so I'm not I cannot put so much pressure on you, so I'm making it simple for you. right? So this is the manifest file. What is the importance of manifest file? Whatever components are there in your Android applications, or in simple way, we can say how many screens are there in your Android applications. You have to specify all those screens here. So what is screen? Activity is the screen. Activity is the technical name of your screen. So like this is activity tag. Only one screen is there. So from this manifest file, we can have the idea about how many screens are there inside my application, right? Only one screen is there inside my Android application. Okay, so now let us move to our another folder. This is manifest. Now second is Java. Apart from Java, I'm moving to the third one, res. I will come to Java folder later. Res stands for resources. These are my resources like drawable, layout, bitmap, values. So what is drawable? Drawable means that can be drawn on screen. Now, suppose if you want any image to be used inside your application, very easy to use here. Now, how can we do this? So, let me do one thing. Let us move to the desktop. I'm having any one screen. I'm just copying it, Command C, and just paste here, drawable, Command V. Okay, leave it. So you can see here, this is how you can use any image inside your Android applications, right? I will use it later, but before using it, I have to store inside the drawable folder. And this is again one of the resource. Okay, so drawable, what is drawable? The thing that can be drawn means you can store all your images that you have to use inside your Android application here inside the drawable folder. Now, second is layout. This is really very important because without layout we can't do anything. So what does it mean? See, just try to understand. You know, any of your screen. Suppose you are viewing this screen. Suppose this is a screen of your app. So any of the screen is having at least two things. One is the UI. Second is the interactivity logic. So the UI means the visible part of your screen is being specified by the layout. Layout is really very important. So if you have to specify or you have to create the design, you have to implement the design, means we are dealing with the layout. Means design means layout. So this is activity underscore main.xml, right? This is here. You can find such type of screen. Already it is giving you hello world like this. See, means this is the layout. And see, code split design part. And if I use code part, this is how we are writing the code for the design. And if I use split part, both things will be visible. I will prefer to use code part. Okay, again I will explain it later. Right now we should have the idea of the outer part of your folders we are going to use. So as of now, just try to understand this layout means all your designs will be implemented here inside this layout folder. So layout means UI of your activity, UI of your application. Then mipmap. Mipmap means icons. See, I think this is the icon. Means whatever application you're going to install on your Android device, the icon will be like this. This is the default icon. Although, see, like this is the Gmail icon, right? You can change the icon from this to this by copying and pasting the different icons here. Now, who will provide you the icon? The designer will do that thing. We see in development, developer is not responsible for doing everything. Design means UI of the screen, whatever will be the color code, whatever will be the background color or the images or the icons, these things will be provided by the designer. Then we are implementing this inside our code. So the designer will give me the icon for the application and I will paste here. I will replace these icons. But as of now, means at the moment, you guys are fresher, so we will use this default icon. Okay, so mipmap is going to store the icon of your mobile application. Now we are having these values, colors, strings, and themes. See, colors means the color code will be stored here. Again, means you can see here like purple 200. The color code is specified like this. Means if I have to use this color code, I will refer this particular code using purple underscore 200. So the color code are going to be stored in a single place. Then strings.xml means the strings you are going to use in your code, all the strings will be stored here. I will explain it later because we have to do some sort of code here. We haven't done anything with the code. So let me revise again. Manifest is the place where you are specifying all the component of your Android applications. The resources, drawable means images, layout means UI, map means launcher icons, values means like color, strings, dimensions, everything is going to be stored here. Okay, now Gradle, this is very important to understand. Gradle. So build.gradle, two build.gradle file are there. One is module level. This is my first step. So I will open this module level. You have to understand this. So a lot of stuff is being written here. You have to understand only a few things. Like, see, what first one is like this compile SDK, minimum SDK, and target SDK. You have to understand this. What does it mean? See, minimum SDK version. I think you remember while we have started with the new project creation, we are having one option like minimum SDK. We have specified as 18, 98 point, I think 98.2 or 4% of devices are supposed to support my application. So this is like minimum to maximum. Minimum to maximum means my this application is supporting API level 18 to 30. Means the devices which are having the operating system between 18 to 30 will support my application, or my application will be very easily installed on those devices between 18 to 30. Below 18 not supported, after 30 not supported. I think this is clear. Minimum SDK, target SDK. Any of the student?
Yes, sir.
Guys, if you're finding any difficulty, so you can ask me, because it is very important. It is not important to do each and everything, but whatever we are doing, it should be knowledgeful or fruitful for you, right? And we will conduct the sessions later again, but the thing is, like, we just have started with the basic thing, and if you are able to understand this concept, then in the future sessions we will very easily do the development part. Okay, so minimum SDK, target SDK means minimum to maximum, nothing else. Then compile SDK version is there. So compile SDK means your application will be compiled against which SDK. So compile against means, see in SDK, let me move to SDK again. See 30. So I have already installed API level 30, means all the installation files corresponding to API level 30 or Android 11 is with me for the development. Then only I can use here compile SDK 30, right? If I choose another number which is not being installed by me, then it will give me problem. My project will not be compiled. So for the compilation process, what I need is the SDK to be downloaded to my machine. I have already done the same. Okay, so compile SDK, minimum SDK, target SDK. And another thing, see, this is the dependency. Dependency means the library which you have to use for Android app development. Sometimes what we have to do is we have to use third-party libraries also. So you have to specify those libraries here. So as a fresher, you just have to have this knowledge that all dependencies means libraries. You're specifying the libraries here which will be used for the development purpose. So this is about Gradle file. Okay, so next Java. We have done with manifest folder, we have done with res, we have done with Gradle. Now we have done with, we're going to start Java. Okay, see, 3 packages are here, and I think you are going to confuse what a package is. See, package is nothing. It is a container that is containing more than one classes. Like it is an apple box that is containing more than one apple. Similarly, a number of classes are being clubbed inside a container that is known as package. That's it. So this is the package. You will not touch Android test one. You will not touch test one. You are going to use this first one. Okay. So you can see here, this is the main activity. So this is your activity. This is your Java class. I have told you earlier, one screen means one activity, and every screen is having at least two things. One is the UI part, second is the logic part. So the UI part is being specified by this layout, activity underscore main.xml. This is the layout, means here we are designing the things, and we are using this design here like this. So you can see here, public class main activity extends app compat activity. So it is using the concept of inheritance. Inheritance means this is the parent class, this is the subclass. Extends keyword is used in Java. So this is the class. Now app compat activity class is already a predefined class, right? And it is containing you a number of methods which you can use inside your activity. Now in on create method, we have to understand this. This is very important. On create method. Firstly, the activity will be created. So when the activity is being created, you are setting the design to the activity. Now, see, the highlighted area is confirming the design is being integrated with your screen. This is the main activity. Set content view. r.layout.activity underscore main. Like if I use here like control and just click on it, it is moving me to the design. It means this design is being used here inside the main activity. Students, any query? CR?
Students, be interactive, ask questions if you have any query regarding.
I can proceed further if you are not having any query. At least confirm me whether you are getting me or not.
Yes, sir. No queries.
Okay, great.
No query, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so let us start with it. So let me start with the basic design, because this is the default code you're getting when you are using this Android Studio. When you're creating a new project, this is the default code. You haven't done anything at the moment with the code now. So firstly, we just have to understand the way code is being written here, the way your files are being stored here, means this is the project structure basically. So this is really very important whenever you are dealing with any integrated development environment, right? This is really very important. So let us create a design now. Now the design will be like, I'm creating a login screen. So very basic design we are going to implement. And before creating that design, let me tell you that this design is having a text view, and that will display hello world. So let us check this. So this is the play button here. So run the code. Let me run the code, and the output will be shown here. And this is the progress bar. Please wait for a while. This is the progress bar. So we have to wait for it. See, your application is being launched here. So you can see here. See, this is hello world. This is your first Android application. And if it is not visible, let me change the size here. Text view, suppose text size is 40. Okay, so let me apply the changes. See, this is your first application. This is how we are testing our Android application or whatever code we have written. We can test using emulator. This is the virtual device. Okay, so let us change the design now. What I want is, I want a login screen. I'm going to create a login screen. Like username will be there, then password will be there, and one button will be there. Like login button will be there. So dear students, just try to understand the behavior of this XML file. Now this is the design. I repeat here where you can find the design is res layout activity underscore name. This is the design. Now a number of layout managers are there. Like this is constraint layout. This is the layout manager. It is bit advanced one. I will start with the basic one. So let me change it to linear layout. What is layout manager? That is dealing with the complete screen. So before using any component, let me delete it. Okay, so before using any component, first of all, we have to specify the layout manager. A number of layout managers are there while we deal with Android app development. Like linear layout is there, relative layout is there, frame layout is there, scroll view is there, constraint layout is there, coordinate layout is there. So we don't have to remember all the layout manager, but yes, sometimes a specific layout manager is to be used for a specific design. But let us start with the basic one. This is linear layout, very basic one. Okay, so whenever we are using this linear layout, it is really very important to specify the orientation, because orientation can be vertical or horizontal. We are specifying its component vertically. Okay, so the important properties of this linear layout are width, height, and orientation. So the width is match parent, height is match parent. Now what does it mean? Means the width will be the complete width of the screen, and the height will be the complete height of your mobile device. I repeat again, linear layout is the layout manager that is responsible for the layout of your screen. See, one is your screen, second is the mobile device. So we want your screen to be in sync with the mobile device. Whatever width is available with the mobile device, that will be given to your screen, means your design, and whatever height is available with the mobile phone, that will be given to the your design, and orientation is vertical. Now here inside this layout manager means linear layout, linear layout is arranging the components one after another horizontally or vertically. And as we have specified the orientation is vertical, so it is specifying or arranging the components vertically. Now what I need to do is, I need a component that helps the user to enter name. So for that we are going to use edit text. Edit text, right? And again, the properties like layout width. So I will use match parent. Height, I will use wrap content. Now, what does it mean? I want the complete width in accordance with the layout manager, and wrap content height will be increased according to the content, wrap content, right? So whatever content we are writing inside the edit text, accordingly the height will be increased or decreased. So that's why we are using wrap content. Then we have to use id. Id is very important to specify because we have to use this edit text inside the code, and we can access it using id. So it is like edt name, and specify the hint also, like enter your name. Okay, so if I run the code, okay, let's restart it. See, this is enter your name. The design is not so good, but we are just confirming whether the changes of my designs are being referenced inside my app or not. This is like this: enter your name. We specify here, right? And if you want to change the height, like text size, suppose it is 30 sp. Okay, let's see here. Enter your name. This is hint. You can enter here anything, right? Okay. Now, because you can see here that we are not having any padding here. Padding means the space with respect to the top of your screen from all sides. So I'm specifying the padding here. Padding means inside the layout manager, means inside this complete screen. Inside this complete screen, some space will be given from left, from right, from top, and from bottom. So I'm specifying the padding, like suppose it is 10 sp. 5 inches, it will be shifted. Yes, it is shifted like this. Now, second, another we can use here, edit text, again match parent, and height is again wrap content, and ID is EDT password. Hint is enter password. And again text size is 30 sp. Okay, so again let us apply the changes. Okay, let us restart. Okay, enter your name, enter password, and you can see here we haven't specified anything related to the positioning, but as we are dealing with linear layout and the orientation is vertically, so whatever you are specifying will be arranged one after another. Means the edit text responsible for entering your name will be positioned first, then related to password, the edit text will be positioned next to it, right? And let us use another like login button I want to use. So button tag, and again like match parent height is wrap content, we can use here like this. And ID is really very important. I repeat again, if you are not specifying your ID, you cannot access this particular UI component inside the code, and you cannot perform any operation on that. So you have to specify the ID here. So the ID will be like VPN login, right? So this is really very important to understand why I'm using it, like specifying the name of any component, like edit text is there to recognize inside the Java file. I'm using EDT, means edit text responsible for name, edit text responsible for password, button BTN responsible for login. So it will be a bit easy for us to recognize a particular component inside the Java file. That's why I'm writing like this. Okay, then text. Text is like login, and text size is 30 sp, and text style I can change to bold. Okay, so let me run again. See, this is the button. login button. Enter your name, enter your password, and this is the login button. So let me arrange all these components to the center of the screen. So for the linear layout, I'm having one attribute named gravity, and this is center. See, this is how. And suppose if you want to give a color to this screen, so background color white, black, or any hexadecimal code hash FF0000. This is the red color. As of now, we can consider this. Okay, although the design is not good, the color combination is not good, but we can proceed with it. So this is the UI. This is the UI of your login screen, where you can enter the name, where you can enter the password, and on clicking the login button, I have to move to another screen. So this is about the design part. Okay, so is it clear to all of you, or you're having any query? Please confirm me.
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay, great. I think all the students are genius. Okay, so let us move to the code part now. Means, see, activity underscore main. This is the design of your screen. Then main activity dot java. This is where we have associated the design. That means all the components will be available here. So here we are having one edit text, second edit text, and one button. So what we can do is we can take the variable of type edit text. See, edit text is again nothing, it is just like a class, right? So a class is having some fields and methods. Similarly, edit text is a class, and it is like edt name, comma edt password. And second, we are having here button like btn doc. So this is just a variable declaration, nothing else, right? Edit text is again a class, button is again a class, edt name reference variable of any component or any object that is dealing with the edit text responsible for name, same for password, and this is the button. Now we have to find those buttons. So find view by ID. Means we have to find views by ID here. This is the command part. So double slash we have used here. This is just confirming me that this is the command part. Now edt name is equal to. Now firstly I have to find the component from the UI and assign to this particular reference variable of edit text. So find view by ID. You can see here, and r dot id dot see edt. You can see here this edt name. Where it is? This is the edt name. We want to access this particular edit text inside the code. Okay, so this is edt name like this. Then edt password is equal to find view by id r dot id dot edt password. Means this one. Okay. Then button btn login is equal to find view by id r dot id dot btn login. Okay. It means that now this edt name, see, this is the reference variable, and these are the ID is given to a view, a component inside the design. So how to recognize it? See, just put the cursor here, press Control and click on it. It is moving to this, confirming that you are associated with this edit text having ID EDT name. In the same way, EDT password, Control, click, EDT password, Control press, BTN login. Now to access the components of design, now we can use EDT name, EDT password, BTN login. So now what I want is, on clicking this button, I want to fetch the name. So BTN login dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener. See, BTN login dot set on click listener is a method for button, and view dot on click listener we are using, this is anonymous inner class. So this is a bit deeper part to understand, although I'm trying to make you understand. Actually, what happened that in inheritance, you're having the concept of classes, and inside the class, we are having some field and method. Field that will store some value and method that will perform some operation on those values. And while dealing with inheritance, you're creating a subclass of it. And inside the subclass, you're having the properties of superclass, and you can use the method defined inside the superclass in the subclass. Now here what we are doing, this view dot on click listener is an interface, and we want to use the method on click of this interface. I repeat again, view dot on click listener is an interface. What an interface is, again, interface is again giving you the concept of abstraction, means it is not containing the definition of methods, it is just having the declaration part. But inside this interface we are having one method on click that has to be implemented by a class. That's how the implementation of interface is being done. But why it is called anonymous in the class? Because we are creating the object of the class which is implementing this interface, but we do not know the name of that class. So in short, we can say here, as a beginner, just try to understand on this, on clicking this button, we want to perform some operation. So I have to use this btn login dot set on click listener, then new view dot on click listener, then it is giving the on click method. Here I have to handle click operation, means whatever thing you want to do after clicking this particular login button, the stuff is done here. So let me use toast dot make text. See, whenever you are clicking on button, it will show something on the screen. Toast dot make text, first parameter is the context, that is your activity. Whatever activity you are using, you will use like this main activity dot this, then text, then it is the duration for which the toast is to be displayed. Let me write here something. I'm writing here button like login button ticked. Okay, let me restart the code. See, I'm clicking on it. So this is the toast. Login button click. I repeat again. Click login button click. Right. So toast is something that is visible for a few seconds on the screen and telling you that something has happened. So we are clicking this button and we are getting this toast. Okay. Now on clicking this button, I just want to display the name that is being entered by the user. So first of all, we have to fetch the name, and edt name is referring to the name. So edt name dot get text. It's a method. And return type, you can see here editable. So get text, we have to convert into to string. So to string dot trim. Trim means any extra space will be trimmed here. So I am assigning it to string name. So we are getting the name here now. Edt name dot get text. Text received, then it is being converted to toString, that if there are any leading and trailing spaces, that will be trimmed and assigned to name. So we are changing the message to name is first name. Means we want to display like name is okay. Let us restart the code again. Okay, enter your name, suppose. Okay, so my name is like Deepak. Password nothing to do with it, but still I'm entering. And output will be like name is Deepak. So on clicking login button, see name is Deepak. My complete name is like Deepak Rattan. Name is Deepak Rattan. This is how we are displaying something on the screen. Okay, so dear students, any query? Please ask me any question if you are having. No query? Guys, please respond. I'm not getting whether you are comfortable with the presentation or the code or not.
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so as you know that in an Android application we are having more than one activities, right? More than one activities are there. So how to create another activity? Because by default, when you're creating a new Android project, one activity is being presented to you by default. That is here as main activity. Now suppose I have to create another activity. How can I do that? So okay, this is the main activity. So just click on this package. This is the package. Right click on it, new activity, and empty activity. Okay, let me revise again. Right click on it, new activity, empty activity. Just click on it. So again, the interface is same as we have done earlier. Now the activity name is like second activity, suppose. See, this is the second activity, means this is the Java file, and this is the layout name, and this is again the what? The XML file, activity underscore second. Second activity underscore second. This is the design part, and this is the code part, right? And you can see the changes inside the manifest. See, earlier we are having only one activity, that is main activity, and now we are getting another activity like second activity. This is what we were trying to understand, that inside the manifest file, inside the application package, we have to specify the component of my application, means we have to specify the number of activities. At the moment, when we are having a look at this particular file, we are confirmed that only two activities or two screens are there inside the Android, inside my Android application. Right now, let us move to the design part again, layout. See, this is activity underscore second. Again, code part. Okay, so again I am changing it to linear layout. What I have to do here is again orientation, that is again vertical. Now inside the second screen, let us have a text view. Text view and edit text. The difference is like edit text, you can edit the things, and text view is just used to display the thing. It is just like label. So match parent, wrap content. ID is txt name. Text size is 30 SP. See, I forgot to mention that why we are using this SP, that is scaled pixel. That this is mandatory to specify any size like this in SP. See, 30 SP, 32, 35, 36, 40 SP. So this is the standards given by the Google. Whenever you are dealing with the text size, you have to use like this. Okay, and text style also I can use here, text style. Oh, and let me use one button. Again, match parent, app content. ID is btn show user, and the text is like show user. Text size is 30 SP. Then we can use it text style as bold. And again, we place inside the center, so gravity center. Okay, I'm not going to write any code here. First of all, what I need to do is I need to link these two activities. Now, main activity and second activity. This is the main activity and second activity. Now, these two activities are presented inside my application, but these two screens or activities are not connected. So, how to connect this? So, for this, let us move to the code. So what I need to do is, on clicking this login button, I want to move to second screen. So like move to second activity, right? So for that we have to take the help of intent. This is again the fifth component we can consider, like we have discussed: activity, broadcast receiver, content provider, and services. Four core component, and the fifth one is intent. So we use intent to launch one activity from another activity. So let us use it like intent. It is again a class. Intent is equal to new intent. Now, two two parameters we have to specify like this. First one is the activity from where you are moving. This is the main activity, so you will specify here like main activity dot this, referring to the current activity. And dot class file of the activity you want to launch. So we want to launch the second activity. So second activity dot class. Second activity dot. Right. Then we will use start activity and we will pass the intent. Okay. On clicking the login button of my main activity, we want to launch the second activity. We have to use intent here, intent, and your first parameter is like the context of your current activity, that is main activity dot this, then second activity dot class. So let me restart the application. Again, let me write here like dr password or whatever you want to specify. And on login button, see, name is dr toast, and we are moving to the second screen. It means now these two screens are connected. Means first screen and second screen, main activity and the second activity is connected. So I guess this is clear to all of you. Now, what I want is I want to send some data from one activity to another activity. Like user is entering his or her name in the main activity. This is the name. So I want to send this name to second activity. So we are launching the second activity like this. So to send some data, we can use like this intent dot put extra. This is again the method of intent class, intent dot put extra key value pair. So first will be the key. Suppose I'm specifying name underscore key. Any name you can specify here. And second, the value you want to pass, I want to pass the name. Which name? This name. Right. Now you want to receive this name. So move to the second activity now. Now, before doing this, again inside second activity, what we have? We are having a text view, txt name, then we are having a button like btn show user, right? Txt name is equal to, again what we have to do is find view by id. So two views are there for the second screen. So find view by id, find view by id. Txt name is equal to find view by id. Okay, any of the students, please tell me what I have to specify here. I have to fetch the name. So r dot id dot what should be specified here? Any of you? See, this is the design. I'm moving to the design. This is the text view. I want to access this text view. I want to access this text view here.
सर ब्रैकेट के अंदर टेक्स्ट भी लिखना पड़ेगा.
R dot id dot not text view. We have to specify id. So id is txt name.
Name.
Yes. Nice. Okay. And for the second, okay, please be fast. What we have to do? Is the same student? Please confirm me what I have to specify here.
R dot id dot button show user.
btn show user. Very nice. Okay, so it means that you guys are getting this point. It is really very important. If you want to access UI component inside the code, so you have to fetch it using find view by id, then assign to the reference variable of the corresponding type. Now, on clicking button, we will set name sent from main activity to text view, right? So it means that on clicking button we have to do this. Okay, so again btn show user dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. on clicking this, firstly we have to fetch the name sent from the previous screen. So for that we have used here, for sending we have used here intent.putExtra, right? Second activity we will use here get intent dot get extra. You can see here get extra. This is the return type of this method bundle, right? Get extra. So return type is bundle. So I will use here variable of type bundle. Now bundle dot get string. Okay, now the key we have to specify. What key? This one. Just copy this, because according to the key we are getting the data. So paste here, and it is giving you name. Then we can set the name like text name dot set text name. Okay, so let me run the code again. Enter your name. Suppose my name is TR, password, login, show user. Okay, so we are not getting this. Next name. Okay. 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we're getting. Okay, so this was basically the problem of color, because the background is white and again we are specifying the color of the text as white, so we are getting this names. Okay, So let's try to understand again. This was the UI problem because the background was white, and again we have given the color to this text views again as white. Now I have specified the black color here, so it is giving me the output. Right? So uh, okay, so this is how basically we are sending our data from one screen to another screen like this. See, again, let us try to understand that this is my first screen. On clicking this login button, we are fetching the data from the edit text. The name is being fetched here. Then we have to pass this name to the second activity. So how we are passing it? Using intent. So intent, see, this is the activity, or we can say the source, and this is the destination. And to the destination we are passing this name and using key name underscore key. I repeat again, you can specify any name here. Then start activity, it means this name will be given to which activity? This second activity. Now inside the second activity, on clicking this button, what we are doing, we are getting the data sent from the main activity. So for that we have to use get intent dot get extras. So the return type is bundle, we are getting bundle, and bundle dot get string, we are getting the name using the name key. This key should be same. See, main activity, this is the key, and the same key we have to pass here, and we are getting the name and we are setting to the text view. So this is how basically we are dealing with the multi screens, multiple screens. So basically we are dealing with Android app development. So I have discussed uh, one component, that is the activity using uh, Java program. Okay, so there are four components. Second is broadcast receiver. Firstly, we have done with this activity. So we are having more than one screen. Every screen is known as activity, right? Then we are having the component like broadcast receiver. Now, what a broadcast receiver is, broadcast receiver simply respond to broadcast messages from other applications or from the system itself. These messages are sometimes called events or intents. Okay, so understand, in order to understand the broadcast receiver, let me give you an example. Suppose your faculty is coming to the class and addressing one student that Raman, your dues are pending and you have to clear the dues by tomorrow. So see, the person is registered with the name Raman and the message is being broadcasted. Faculty is announcing the name inside the class. Everybody is listening to that name, but only Raman will respond to it. The same thing is happening with the broadcast receiver. Broadcast, more than one application component are there which are registered for some specific event. When that event happens, that particular component will respond. Suppose we are having one component like battery low. Whenever the battery of your mobile phone is getting low, the component will be launched and telling you that please charge your phone, battery is getting low. So that is the broadcast receiver. So in our application we can also use it in the way like you have downloaded, you're downloading some data and your broadcast receiver will letting you know that your data is being downloaded and available to use. So this is the diagram, means this is the broadcast receiver which is registered for the broadcast intent, means for any event it is registered. And on receive method of this broadcast receiver will be called when the event for which it is registered is called. Then we are having the concept of content provider. As the name indicates, it provides the content. Like in Android applications, we are dealing with local database, that is SQLite. Okay, so if we want to share that local data within different applications, we have to use content provider. So like this is content provider one, which is dealing with the SQLite. So it will provide data to the dialer app, to the messaging app, and to custom app. Custom app means whatever app you are developing. So content provider is responsible for providing the data. Then fourth, we are having the component like service. In Android applications, sometimes we have to perform background operations. Like you guys are using any music player on your mobile phone. So whenever you are playing any music, the music will run in the background, and you can proceed to another work or another application on the mobile phone. In the same way, we are having the concept of service, that task is being performed using service. So what is service? Basically, it is a component that is used to perform operations on the background, such as playing music, handle network transactions, interacting content provider, etc. So it is a component that will run in the background, right? So this is the activity life cycle we have done with the activity part, how we are dealing with activity. A number of activity life cycle methods are there. Firstly, on create method will be called, then on start, then on resume, when the user is interacting with the application. Then if you are moving from your application to another application, then the previous application is being paused, then stopped, and it will be destroyed if you are pressing the back button, right? So this is the prerequisites for Android app development. So as I have told you earlier, that firstly we have to download and install JDK. I have mentioned here 1.7. You can use any one, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, whatever you're comfortable with, you can install. Second, you have to download and install Android Studio. After the installation is completed successfully, you need to add SDK packages using SDK manager. We have done with this. So this is all about Android app development from my side. I can proceed further. If you are having any query, you can ask me the question. Okay, so dear students, uh, as I have mentioned earlier, this is my own venture, Coders Pathshala. So I request you to, subscribe my channel. That is again having the name like Coders Pathshala, CODERS Coders Pathshala, and the link is given here. On YouTube, you can just search CODERS Coders Pathshala, PATHSHALA Coders Pathshala, and I am continuously uploading the videos on my channel. I have started with core Java first. 6 videos have been uploaded. You can watch those videos if you want to clear your concept regarding classes and objects, and access specifier, method overloading, etc. And gradually I will move to other technical things like Android app development, Kotlin, Dart, and Flutter. Flutter is basically used for cross platform development, right? So this is all from my side. Thanks a lot for having patience with the coding. So take care yourself. Bye bye.